Hi everyone, and welcome back to Azalea's Bookshelf. And if you don't already know, I'm Azalea, and this is my bookshelf. So today's video is going to be my TBR, like what's on my TBR list. I figured to do like kind of a mix of videos, not only the book and a beat, but some other like reading book videos. So let's get right into it. So I have 3 physical books, and then the rest I'm gonna read from my Goodreads list of what I've been like looking at and like browsing on Goodreads, and then I'm gonna like literally read it from my laptop. So let's do it. First is probably, you guys have heard about this like a lot in the past couple years, is The Little Life by Hanya Onigari, I want to say. And I have been waiting to read this book. I picked it up probably like a week or 2 ago. I've seen so many TikToks about this book, people like literally sobbing over this book.
I will never be the one. Bitch, I'm tired. My head hurt. I've been chugging fucking water.
The reviews on Goodreads are questionable. Like, a lot of people are like, I absolutely hate this book. Like, no thanks. This also has a really big trigger warning to it. So I'll read the little blurb. A Little Life follows 4 college classmates broke adrift and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition as they move to New York in search of fame and fortune. So, like, that's not the only thing that I meant, but I didn't want to read the whole entire thing. But I've heard a lot of bad and good things about it, and you know, I feel like whenever I'm really wanting a good cry, I think that this will be a nice read. So we'll see. The next one is So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijimo Olulu. I'm so butchering that. I am so sorry. But this is by a Black author, and it's about race. I figure it'd be like a nice like educational read, because I always want to expand like topics about race and culture and things like that. So I thought that this would be a really good read. I found this in actually a thrift bookstore, like not a library, but like a where they collect books, like people can come give in books that they've already read. Police. From police brutality to the mass incarceration of Black people has put a media spotlight on racism in our society. Still, it's a difficult subject to talk about. How do you tell your roommate his jokes are racist? Why did your sister-in-law umbrage when you asked to touch her hair? And how do you make it right? How do you explain white privilege to your white privileged friend? So I figured that this would be a very interesting book. I want to see what she has to say. And yes, so that's on my to-be read. The next on my to-be read is The Midnight Library. I've heard a lot of good things about this. And I want to read it. I think it's about like the little blurb. Between life and death, there is a library. Up until now, Nora C's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she has let everyone down, including herself. But things are about to change. When she finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as if she had done things differently. Each contains a different life, a possible world in which she made different choices that played out in an infinite number of ways. So as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, I'm reading this. I need to read this. So this is also on my to-be read. I've seen a lot of good reviews about this book on Goodreads. So I was like, let me go pick up the cover because I really like the way that it looks and stuff. So yeah, now we're moving on to my online reads. I might pick up some of these like because of the cover, because they look really pretty sitting on my shelf. So now I'm going to go through my Goodreads on my computer. So the next book is called The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This has been on my Goodreads for a while because I keep getting mixed like reviews about it. Like every time I see a post, every time I'm about to like, you know, download the book or buy the book, I always see a post or a TikTok or a Facebook or whatever of somebody saying they absolutely hated it. It was the worst, blah, blah, blah. But Goodreads, and for the Goodreads like Choice Awards, they were nominated for the best mystery and thriller of 2023. They didn't win, but they were a nominee for it. So yeah, it's a thriller mystery type of book, and it's about a murder. Yeah, certain murders that happened in this at this house and stuff like that. So we'll see if that's good. I still kind of like, I don't really know. Now, what I'm really excited about to read, I'm so excited, like, I am so waiting so hard on this book. The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden. Oh my God. Like, I don't know if anybody has read it, but her other books, there are 3 other books. There is, I think I have it on my phone, but I think it's like The Housemaid. I can pull it up. Like, why do I have the... Yeah, the first one is called The Housemaid, and then the second one is called The Housemaid's Secret. I read both of them in the span of like 3 weeks. Amazing books. Like, the storyline is really good. If you like mystery and thriller and like women being like the main character of the book for the most part, then those books are really, really good. So I'm really excited about her 3rd book in the series. It comes out in June, I believe. And yeah, it comes out June of this year. I'm so excited. Like, so basically it just follows this, not nanny, this housemaid who goes to different women's houses, and she kind of like saves them from their like abusive husbands and stuff like that. But in the last book, one of the housewives set her up. So it was such a good book. So they're following her to her next house, and I'm really excited to read the book. Like, I'm just like, oh yes, I'm like, yes, I need to read this book, and I can't wait to read it. The next book I have in here is The Perfect Family by Rob Harding. I've read 3 of her other books. She's a very also good, like, if you like a mystery, like romance type of book. I've read The Arrangement. The Arrangement was a very, very good book. It was about a sugar baby in New York. The Swap is also very good, and I've read Her Pretty Face. All very good books. So I think the next one on my list from Robin Harding is going to be The Perfect Family. It's about Thomas, a character named Thomas and Vivi. They are envious of their neighbors who are attractive, successful, and well-mannered, with well-mannered children in a beautifully restored home. Until one morning when they wake up to find that their porch has been pelted with eggs. It's a prank, Thomas insists. The work of a few out-of-control kids. So like just the blurb already sounds interesting. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to read that. I need to read that. And then the next book that I have on here is I've heard mixed reviews about this one too. It's called Gorgeous Gruesome Faces, and the cover of this book is so pretty. I don't even care what it's about. I just want to read it. But this is one thing that got me like on the blurb on Goodreads was Yellow Jackets meets She Is a Haunting in this thriller that follows a disgraced teen idol who comes face to face with demons of her past in a glittering cutthroat K-pop competition. I love K-dramas. I love I love that whole shebang. So it was very yes. And then also when I read the little genres, it's a horror, it's a young adult book. So it's like, man. And then it's LGBTQ friendly. Like there's like some lesbian and queer. I was like, oh yeah, I need to read that. I need to read that. So that's on my list to read. And what else is on my list to read? I have some in here that I actually am not going to read. Because I'm like, I actually don't want to read that. The other book by Robin Harding, it's called The Drowning Woman. I've heard a lot of good reviews, and it has a 4.06 stars on Goodreads. So yeah, I probably will be reading that too. It's another thriller mystery, and it just sounds super interesting, honestly. So that's really all I have on my to be read list. But let me know down below what you're reading. If any of the books that I mentioned you are interested in, I will always leave my Goodreads link in the description box if you want to go check it out and see actually everything that I have on my to be read. But yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.